Adventure racing consists of a killer 5 days of extreme sport in extreme conditions, demanding the very best from the competitors. A range of skills from kayaking to mountain biking to caving to bush trekking are all in the mix for this demanding 5-day jaunt that's not for the faint-hearted. The Southern Traverse has a motto which perhaps sums it up best when it says, "Move while you can, sleep if you dare." In 2005, the spotlight of the Adventure Racing World Championship fell on the wild west coast of New Zealand's South Island.
The west coast of the Southern Alps has been a fantastic place for us to plan a course. The high mountains with bush on them, untracked countryside, the wild rivers, the fantastic beaches, it's been really easy for us.
Surely only a select few, even the world over, would volunteer themselves for such madness. Wrong. Come a cool morning in November, there are over 250 competitors chomping at the bit to take on the unknown. If a 5-day race isn't bad enough, this is a killer way to start, as the whitewash charging the shore creates chaos.
What a great way to start. Really wrapped with Jeff Hunt too, that he pushed ahead and did that ocean section, because boy, that was exciting, and all of us were really pumped up, both getting out there and then coming back in again. It was just like, wow, if there's nothing else good happens in this race, that was fantastic.
Emerging from the turbulent surf with their kayaks, bodies and egos battered and bruised, the spirit of the athletes remain intact after stage 1.
Oh, it's awesome, eh? That's surprised how spread out everyone is.
It was a lot of fun. I think we had some damage though, but well.
Absolutely adrenaline pumping. You could see people just getting tossed in front of you and massive waves, and you were just breathing hard and going for it.
Following the early test of the arms and spirit, it was straight onto the mountain bikes in stage 2 to give the legs a workout. 49 k's of off-road biking lay ahead as the athletes made their way from the Waimangaroa River through Denniston on the way to Lisle. Despite a tough start, the athletes kept up a good pace on the bikes. And after all, it was time that all the athletes were introduced to some good old Kiwi bush bashing. 37 k's of bush trekking comprised stage 3 of the race. The first team to emerge at the Lisle range are the favourite Kiwi team, Balance Vector. Despite their lead, they admit getting to the top of the Lisle range has been all hard work.
Typically in these races, everyone goes pretty hard on the first day. You're kind of racing at about 75 to 80% of your maximum ability, I would say. And then usually about day 3, you sort of settle into more of just what we call adventure racing rhythm, which is usually about 40 to 50% of your maximum speed you could go.
While they look weary, these 4 athletes are happy campers as they arrive at the transition area for some much needed hot food, essential running repairs and their first sleep in about 24 hours. As Balance Vector strides off into the distance into stage 5, last year's Southern Traverse runners-up, Go Light Timberland, were preparing for another long trek ahead.
It's not that many kilometres that we have to cover, but going so slow.
But it's the Kiwi team, Balance Vector, that's showing the best in the world how to do it, opening up a sizable lead over the first 5 stages.
It's a pretty tough course, so right now our goal is just to look after ourselves and keep moving forward through the course as best we can, really. It's pretty good. We've been able to ride most of this ride so far. This is a little bit of a push, but nothing too bad. I hear later it's going to get a bit worse.
Nike Balance Bar were disappointed they had failed to live up to their favourites tag to really fight it out for the title with the Flying Kiwis. As Nike Balance Bar battled the marathon length of stage 6, the Kiwis completed yet another trekking phase in stage 7, a 35k trek throughout the Kerwins and into the Brunner Range. There's added incentive driving the Balance Vector team throughout stage 7 as a good chance to close out the races presented to them. If they could reach the river and complete the paddle of stage 8 before the imposed dark zone period, they could proceed. That would be while all the other teams would have no choice but to sleep if they were heading into the stage 8 transition during the dark zone.
Gosh, what an experience. The whole day leading into that, we'd just been cranking up the pace to seal our lead.
With only minutes remaining before the cut-off, they reached the transition point, buoyed by the knowledge that for the first time they could seriously set their sights on their first world title. After a couple more gruelling mountain treks in Stage 9 and 10, Team Balance Vector were the first into the caves in Stage 11. The narrow, sprawling squeezes of the golf course cave was part of the course for the first time.
One last push.
With glory ahead, Team Balance Vector's 2-hour stint underground was really enjoyable, as was the intricate rope section and the long-anticipated beach walk to the finish line.
It was a beautiful evening. The sun set first, and then the stars came out.
And now 4 days and 13 hours on from where it all began, Team Balance Vector arrived battle-weary, but with smiles of the world champions. All of that hard work is all of a sudden worth it, as they'll be forever recognised as the world champions on one of the hardest courses designed.
Some of the terrain they've covered has surprised a few of them, especially the internationals when they found there was no tracks. And there's no tracks out in the bush here.